What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, the best place to learn how to get visible using social media and get paid using business strategy. Now, in today's video, I want to talk about what I would do if I only had 15 minutes a day to spend on Instagram. What are the realistic action items that I would take that would lead to the most impact in the least amount of time? Because I get it, not all of us have hours and hours and hours to spend on Instagram, especially if you're a business owner. There are way many other things that you are working on. And so if you're interested in understanding the realistic things that I would do within 15 minutes a day, then keep on watching. Now, within a 15-minute time frame, this is what I would do as the number one thing, and that is repurposing my old content. Now, I actually do this on my account all the time. I'm able to turn one piece of content into 6 different ones, and I share my entire repurposing system in my paid program, the Bossgram Academy. However, what I would do if I were you is go through and look at all of your old captions and pick the few sentences that you believe could be turned into quote posts. This is one way that I like to repurpose my content. Then once you've done that, actually go into Canva and write it up, then schedule it. And within those 15 minutes, try to schedule and find as many single liners as you can. In my previous videos, I've mentioned that quote posts generally do really well because they're short, to the point, snappy, and incredibly shareable. And because you've likely written a lot of past content in the past on captions, you're able to actually go through all of your captions and then repurpose it. So within 15 minutes, you're likely able to schedule at least 5 posts. And so that's gonna really help you because you're then gonna be able to be consistent and have enough content to last you the week. And you're able to do it within 15 minutes. The second thing that you can do if you only have those 15 minutes is repurposing your IG Reels. I've actually mentioned this in this video right here, and this tip was such a hit. And that is when you're creating Instagram Reels, make sure that you're actually saving a blank version of that IG Reels so that you can create another IG Reels in the future, especially if you're short on time, but changing the copy within the IG Reels so it stands alone as a separate content piece. So very similar to what I've done here, I have an Instagram Reels where I talk about filming versus scripting, and then weeks later I created another Instagram Reels using the same video but with a different angle, and both of these content pieces performed really well. So if you're already doing this, or if you're going to start doing this, if you are strapped for time, this is a really excellent way to get the most reach as possible in the shortest amount of time, especially if you've only got 15 minutes. Now let's say you're watching this and the first 2 tips that I gave you aren't necessarily something that you want to do. Maybe you're someone who's really on top of content and you don't necessarily need to repurpose content. Although I will say that even if you're on top of content, the 2 tips that I shared with you are actually game changing. It's helped my account so much and has helped me increase the amount of frequency that I can post, going from 2 to 3 times a day all the way to posting every day, simply because I am a master at repurposing content now. But let's say you're someone who's not interested in that. Well, the third tip that I have for you, especially if you only have 15 minutes a day, is doing engagement. Now, because we've only got 15 minutes, here are the top 3 groups that I recommend you spending those 15 minutes engaging with. The first group is people that may be interested in your niche but don't follow you yet. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're going to want to focus on choosing a hashtag that you know your ideal client might be using in their posts. So for example, for me, because I'm about online business and social media and marketing, my ideal client is likely female and they might be interested in the girl boss movement, let's say. So I would choose a hashtag that's related to, let's say, girl boss or girl boss tribe or girl boss empire. And then what I would do is I would find the tag, and instead of choosing top, I would click on recent because I want to make sure that that person is actually online or that the post was posted recently and not, let's say, 4 days ago. And so I would hit recent. Then I would scroll through and maybe look at some posts that make me feel like it would be my ideal client. And then I would pick 5 to leave a meaningful comment on. Now, a meaningful comment looks something like this, where you're really contributing to the conversation and you're leaving a really meaningful response to the content piece that that person just posted. An unmeaningful comment is basically just something like this, where you are doing an emoji, doing a one-liner. It's pretty obvious when something's not very meaningful. And so just stray away from that because that's just a waste of time. You do want to capture someone's attention. And so that's kind of what you want to do for the first group. So reminder, the first group is the people who could be an ideal client but don't follow you yet. And how you can find these people is through hashtags. The second group that you're gonna wanna focus your engagement on are your own followers, because you want to nurture the people who are supporting you right now. So pick 5 people that follow you, go onto their account, and also leave a meaningful message to their most recent posts. This is a really great way to foster stronger relationships with the people who follow you, and in return, what typically happens is it increases the likelihood of them wanting to support your account too. Now, moving on to the third group of people that you're gonna wanna do community engagement with, and that is industry leaders. So what I want you to do is pick 5 industry leaders within your industry, obviously, that you would consider a competitor or is someone that has a similar following or the followers that you would like to have on your account. Then within those 5 industry leaders, go to their top post and also leave a meaningful comment. Now, obviously, if you're choosing industry leaders that have a lot of followers, they're not gonna respond to your comment, or they're probably not gonna see it, but that is not the goal. The goal is for their followers to see your comment so that you can increase your visibility. Because here's the thing, a lot of the top industry leaders within your industry obviously have a huge following, and therefore they have a huge pool of people that may be interested in your content as well. And what's missing is visibility. So when you leave a meaningful message, and by the way, it's gotta be meaningful, it's gotta contribute to the conversation and add a lot of value, that's gonna increase the likelihood of people following you as well, thanks to finding your comment on their post. Now, of course, 15 minutes is not a lot of time, so you can decide whether or not you want to rotate between these 3 groups every single day, or if you want to do these 3 groups, but maybe instead of 5 for each, you do 3, or whatever is convenient or whatever works for you. But the idea is that these are the top 3 groups that you generally want to engage with in order to maximize your visibility, but also nurture as well. Not only this, I also want to mention that within 15 minutes, the more that you actually do it and the more that you set up proper systems in place. So for instance, let's say for the industry leaders, if you actually had a list of all of your competitors, it's going to decrease the amount of time that you're spending. Versus if you're someone who's starting this from scratch, it might take you a bit longer. So I want to assure you that even if you don't get through all 3 groups, or maybe if you don't get through all 5 for each group, it's okay. But just know the more that you do it, the faster it will get, and the more you're able to get through within a shorter amount of time. Now, so far in the video, I've given you 3 different ideas of things that you can do within 15 minutes to maximize your reach on Instagram, whether that's mass scheduling quote posts, taking the content from previous captions that you've written, or repurposing an Instagram Reels to maximize the reach that you're getting, because right now we know that Instagram Reels is really hot right now and the Instagram algorithm favors Instagram Reels. Or the third way is doing community engagement, in which you hyper-focus on these top 3 groups. People who don't follow you but are within your niche or would be interested in your niche, people who do follow you, and also industry leaders. Within these 3 options that I've given you to do in 15 minutes, comment below and let me know which one you're interested in executing. Not only this, if you want to fast track your success on Instagram, make sure you download this free guide that I have right here. It has my top 10 tips on building a solid foundation for your Instagram account. The link is in the description box and in the comment section below. Now, I post a lot of videos on social media, marketing, and entrepreneurship. So while you wait for next week's video, make sure you watch these 2 videos that I have right here as well. I promise if you like this one, you will love these ones. As always, guys, I appreciate you. I hope you guys have a great day, a great week, and a great life, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.